All right. Ooh, let's see if we're live. Got there. YouTube saying good. Good YouTube. I don't know. Let's find out.
New World is on sale right now for, I think, £25? £25. Okay. You could sub to me 5 times for that price. And I'll never lie to you. I think subbing to me 5 times is a better use of your money than buying New World. Just putting that out there.
He's right.
Okay. Now, people are going to say to me, oh my God, Josh, you're so arrogant. No. I'm confident. I'm confident that I can supply the product that I claim I'm able to supply. I'm also confident that I'm not going to turn off chat or trade within the next couple of months. You're not going to be able to dupe channel points. Okay? It's fit.
Oh, God. I love watching Hayes fucking mock shit. It's great. God, New World blows. Like, I just love that, like, it came out and everybody was like, let me try this, let me play this, let me pay for this. It's like, dude, it's a game by Amazon. It's a game made by the company that ships things to your house. They don't make video games, they make money. That's the problem there. Anywho, let me double check the audio. They make money. He's right.
Okay. Now people are going to.
Right. So good on that. Audio's good. Go ahead and start the game up here. Hey guys, Rip the Rage here. Hope you're having a fantastic day, and welcome back to some more Maker Monday featuring Moonbreaker miniatures. And here we are. We're gonna get going. We're gonna paint up some minis today. It's gonna be great. Yeah, so I didn't get my laundry done when I thought I was going to last night, so I ended up sleeping later. So I was gonna start this sooner, but you know, it's fair enough. Fair enough. Gives me plenty of time before I go to work to get this sorted. All right. Everyone wants to load. We'll be good on that. Come on, meow. Come on, meow. What's that? What's this little blue thing? Well, y'all can't see it because my webcam's covering it, but oh, it's a flower. See, so like there's like these flowers type of things. There's like another one over here, but it was in such a spot that it almost looked like it was like a notification thing that was with the rest of the here. Let me show you guys how that works. You see, like up here we got the symbols for, like, you know, the settings and audio drums a lot. There was a flower there a second ago that it was lined up in such a way that my brain was not awake yet and was like, oh, that must be, you know, a thing with the UI. Like, what is that? I've never seen that before. Maybe they updated the game to have a new notification icon or something. Okay, so let's get into it. We are on our second row of 4, or second set of 6 characters, rather. Where were we? Where were we? Bam! Toxoid. Yep, Toxoid, Ursix Next Divine. Did all those. So, Toxoid, Ursix, Knowing Bulwark, Shrapnel, Tipu, and Turncoat. Get through those today. Get rolling. Alright. We are going to paint this boy up. I'm already in love with the colors, but I do want to maybe work a little brown in there. Because on retrospect, I do want more like brown in some of these. Has been. That whole vest turns brown. In the brown on this, it's just too much brown, you know? It's too much. It's too much. Yeah, it makes me not want to do it then. I do want to try some up here with his wings, though. I have an idea for the wings. A little radiant airbrush on the wings, maybe. Nothing too crazy. Like, where's the tip, you know? Like that. Maybe. Nah. Nah, I like him where it's a flat color. Like, unless I was gonna go crazy with it, I don't wanna go too hard with that. Okay, there's some goo. You got some goo pouring out. That's... No, honestly, maybe we get green goo. Do that instead. Yeah, but the goo needs to be like blood, you know? There's blood angels. Alright, let's see. Side. There you go. He's kind of a doofy little guy, isn't he? He's got like mole rat teeth. Very cute little duder. I do say so myself. I do say so myself. Let's see if we can get it to the bottom end of his. Ah, I got the lip. Oh, it's a pain in the ass. I gotta get a little bit of color going on in the mouth, you know, it can't just be like flesh color. There you go. That way, if you like catch it at a certain side, you can see like, oh, there's some gums in there. There's some red, you know. Get that going. Oh. Should we try this with our wash? Let's do that. See if we can maybe get like. Oh, that's kind of cool, actually. Oh, cool, and it's sticking on just the inside. Hold on. Yeah, it's not hitting anywhere else, I don't think. Okay, we can change it to like a radical color that's not used anywhere else, like the brown. And we'll see if it's gonna catch anywhere else. See how careful I gotta be with it. Nope, we're good. Alright. So yeah, let's definitely try that with a wash. That'd be kind of fun. Kind of a wash, and then red dry brush. Come back over it. Oh, I hate that I have to go over the dry brush so much. It's so ridiculous. Oh, but the way it comes out is so cool, though. It's so cool. There you go. That is actually so cool. See, that's how the wash is supposed to be. It's supposed to help you do stuff like that. But then again, I mean, that's kind of like fixing a problem that doesn't need to exist in the first place, and I think the devs realize that, which is why in the newer models you have like a lot of grooves and stuff like that, where they're just like, hey, this is deep enough on the normal map, we could just keep this a separate thing, and like in the texturing process, we just leave it alone and not like worry about it. Can I get these to be different colors, or are they all one? They're all one. Ain't that a bitch? Okay, that's fine. They're just gonna do like the tips separate to create some more contrast, but that's too much damn work. See, like here, these things. I want to see if I can wash. If I can wash these things, great. If not, I'm not gonna go psycho mode and try to go over them. Oh, it might let me do a wash on these. Hold on, might just allow that. See here, do that. Dry brush, maybe. Ooh, kinda, yeah. That's kind of fun. Because it also gives that little bit of, if I don't go, like, totally hard on it and, like, peel it back, you know? It keeps it as more of, like, a spotted look of, like a kind of a transition from, you know, red to yellow. You know, it did recolor the horn, but I kind of like that. It kind of matches with the rest of it now. Like that, yeah, but the head has to be yellow. That's like that's like a motif scheme that I really want to go for. What are these? I just realized, are these like ears? What are these? They're like little fins on his head. I don't know. Okay, let's try getting this on its own. Yeah. Different here. Oh, see, like that is a pain in the ass. just have to be very careful when we get up to that section of it. So when we get up here, maybe like use this as a barrier essentially. Okay. Come on, scroll back. Jesus. That going. Okay, now we do our wash, like we did before, but we do it just on this section. Let's see how, like, the wash doesn't fully take on the dried parts, so it kind of, depending on what amount of, like, washing and dry brushing you do, you can get maybe a sharper on these ends and maybe an orange on the sides, if that's what you're looking for. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this. You know what? It would honestly be a little bit easier if I just went in. Take all that back. It would honestly be easier if I just went in with the wash in just this area. Oh, I'm doing it in yellow. That's what I'm doing. Like, you can see we can kind of get it, and then anything that spills over, we can knock back. Easier without having to worry about it, because it's kind of falling into the cracks, and so we don't have to worry about if it's conforming to the shape, because it is in the normal map. So it's holding to it. It's almost like a soft masking. You know, it's like a mask, but instead of being like a 0 to 1 mask of like on or off, it is like taking into account like it's establishing the mask based on the parameters of normal. You know, as if this is a separate material, but it's doing it not based on a material, but on a sort of a cavity map, right? So it's these areas are marked as a recess, whereas these areas are marked as a raise, or a convex and a concave area. And so that's actually a map that you can use in Marmoset to do exactly this kind of thing, where you got like, again, yeah, you got, yeah, it should be like a concave map or a convexity map, right? That's what they call it. So this is, you know, about the same as painting it, but you don't have to be as careful. So we're learning more things. And the more I learn this, the easier it gets in the future to do certain things. That's how art is, you know. Just how it is. How we do. Okay, where are we? This thing. Oh, I think that's his nostril. Oh, interesting. I didn't even consider that to be his nostril. I don't like that. Please don't do that. Let's not do that, shall we? Yeah, let's add a little red in there. Black shadow, no. Oh god, I just realized, yeah, this is his nose. Oh, that's kind of gross. I always thought this was like venom that he spewed out. I never realized that, until I got really close to there, I never realized that it was a nose. This is snot. These are boogers. Ugh, gross. Because this is like venom that he spews on other people. Because I remember correctly, Toxoid, he like knocks you down to like 1 health or something like that. I don't know if they changed him, but I remember Toxoid being in like every roster because he could like, if he hit, or is it Toxoid I'm thinking of? Hold on, let me get this. Yeah, let me get these last chips done. Okay, and then I want to go check what his bio says. What is he? Restore to no. Toxoid restores health at end of turn. Who was the one that poisoned? I think it was Tipu. Right. No, Tipu would grow from getting hits. There was somebody. I know because was it Snarling? No, Snarling immobilizes. It's in the name. Snarling. Oh, one of these like creatures would hit. I think it might have been Toxoid. I think they might have changed the way he functions. Because I remember, like, there was a guy that could poison other people down to a certain amount. Like, you would hit him, and it would go down to, like, 1, you know? So it was a very deadly creature to have in your thing. I want to say it was Toxoid. Like, by process of elimination, I know what the other guys on the roster do, and I don't remember Toxoid restoring health. I remember, like, because Toxoid, it's in the name, he's toxic. Like, you know. But yeah. Alright. Let's see. I think that's good. I don't want to put, like, I don't think I want to put, like, a red line up there. We could put a black line, maybe. Like a black wash. That doesn't work too well. Well, that's because it's trying to cover the whole area. What if we go really small with it? Not bad. So if you go smaller, the threshold is the threshold for what is and isn't a wash gets bigger. That's something interesting to remember. So you could do washes pretty good. So interestingly, so if you do a big one, that's kind of like a normal wash, right? And then if you use like the smaller one that's more fine like that, it's more akin to a oh, my brain stopped. It's more akin to an ink, you know, because if you use inks on miniatures in real life, you can actually, like, you water them down a little bit, you get a little bit of water in with the ink, and then you just touch it to the model, like in that, like, whatever crevice you're trying to fill. The ink will naturally, like, run through it like a trench, so it'll find all the little cracks and it'll run through it and basically freely paint for you. It's like magic. Still not remembering why I have this color. I hate when I forget why I have something. Was it to do highlights? I feel like it was to do highlights on something. I don't know. Oh, I said I wanted to get some brown in here. Do brown on his little spots. Brown, give him brown pimples. Yeah. Let's see here. This is fun. I enjoy this. Because every time I'm about to start one of these streams, I'm always like, do I want to do this or do I want to do, you know, New Vegas or whatever? I could be playing a game and I feel like that would be more interesting. But at the same time, it's like, nah, this is interesting. This is fun. I enjoy this, you know? Like I said, it's a hobby. So, it's my hobby, you know? If he was yellow, these would be coming out like cheetah spots. But luckily he's not, so it's coming out pretty good. I want to add some darkness in here. Let's try for a wash. That, or should I do like a... I'll do just a red wash. That's like supposed to be the inside of his mouth, sort of, you know? Yeah, that looks pretty good. Maybe a black wash on this. Oh, whoa, that's kind of cool. You can amp down and desaturate the green. Hold on, what if we just wiped it across? Oh, yo, that's kind of awesome. That's kind of a cool way to do like an emissive effect. You do your base color, you do your highlight, and then you just come over with a black wash and let it naturally like desaturate. Because it adds this bit of a gradient where you can still see the original green. Here, let me make this smaller so you guys can see. You can still see the original green in here a bit, and then you can see the highlight, and then you can see the wash under all that. That's cool. I'll have to keep that one in mind for the future. Teeth are fine. Maybe I'll put a little splatter on his teeth like he's been eating something. You know, a little stippling on the teeth. Ah, those are too big. I just realized I did his hands too. Yeah. Well, that at least establishes I can do his hands as a wash. So that's cool. I'll definitely have to fix those in a second. He just no. Now he just looks like he has chicken pox. No, stop. Okay, let's fix the hands. Yeah, because these are isolated enough from the rest of the body that I can easily go over them and just put them back the way they were. Yeah. I feel like I mentioned this last stream, but I watched a movie at work that's kind of interesting. There's called Everything Must Go, stars Will Ferrell, guy living on his lawn. Pretty sure I mentioned it last stream. But God, that movie was made for $5 million. Like, it's one of those things that it feels like a Napoleon Dynamite movie, but instead of being made for $400,000, they thought for some reason it needed to be $5 million. I don't get it. I don't know if maybe it was like expensive to shut down the street. I feel like it would have been like easier to just build some fake houses in an area. I don't know. I don't know about these budgetary things. That's what your racing guy is for. Okay, let's see. So actually, thinking, what about a gray wash? That could be kind of interesting. Gray wash on these. God, I would love to do these in metallic claws. I would love if there would be like a werewolf type of character with like metallic claws like this. Oh, that'd be so cool. Like he's got like a whole armored thing going on. Because this is my favorite kind of armor, by the way. The way it like when it like overlaps like this, that's like, oh, it's so good. It's so good when it's like plate on top of plate. I don't think this is gonna work very well because it doesn't. The gray does not stick out enough. Unless I was doing subtle blending, I wouldn't want to do that. All right, let's try for red maybe. There's so much red. I gotta throw some yellow in here. Not dry. Wash. Dry. What the hell? Oh, don't hit that, dumbass. You know, I look like mustard. Nope. Back, not yellow. Jesus. Yeah, that picks up a lot better. Like on my Extilior. Up a lot better with the black. Only problem with the dry brush is it's treated as a brush and not a paint. You have to go over it a million freaking times. I wish they would update it, you know, to where it could be like, look, if you just tap, you can tap it to get layers of it, or you could just hit, again, if this game just had like a paint bucket with different variables of like it should be like paint, and then it should be like paint bucket, right? And then the paint bucket option should be like, you know, it should have a couple of check marks up here, right? It should have a couple of check marks that are like, you know, paint bucket as wash, paint bucket as dry brush, paint bucket as airbrush, you know? Like fill or not fill, essentially. Or just even add those to here. So like you click this and like up here it's like fill, not fill, you know? So I can just click on an area and have it identify all the other areas attached to that mesh. Alright, that's looking pretty good. What else can we do with this guy? Get done with him. Not this for like 20 minutes already. That's a black here. Fine. Oh, what? Oh, they're not different. They're not different. No. Alright, airbrush it is. No, that's stupid. Not different. Such. Yeah. Alright, I ain't doing that crap. I ain't doing that one either. If it's not masked properly, I am not gonna give a fuck. I need more red down here, actually, on the dry brush. More red on that leggy. Stand out more. There you go. I think some white tips could be cool. Like ingredients. If I was doing like a metallic industrial look, I would be doing hazard stripes on these because that would look awesome. But just an airbrush. Nah, I don't like that. No, not that. What am I doing? Wait, where's my brain at right now? What's stippling? Stippling is very cool for creating random patterns, but I think it's quite useful on this guy. We could maybe stipple his wings. Maybe like a large stippling on the wings. Yeah, smaller one. Yeah, but the smaller you get, the closer it gets. So maybe we just do another one, like a Dalmatian. Oh, actually, you know what? That could not be a bad idea. Let's see. Red. Some red in there. And then some yellow. Black. Kinda looks like a clown. I mean, it's cool. It's just like, I'm not making like a confetti boy, you know? If I was a real psycho, I would like paint all of these little things individually, but I'm not doing that. Okay, he's got some leaves on his tail. Something like that. Like they should be organic though. Match like the organic theme up there. See if we can get something going here. What do we got? Kind of runs up the back, but that's okay. Oh, maybe this is a chance to include that brown I was talking about. The 2 earth tone doesn't work. I like that though, because it kind of connects. Like, oh, this is an organic. This is an organic. These are hard shelled. You know, it works. Got a little stinger down here. Yeah, I want to do something with this blood. I want to try something by airbrushing the blood. Let's try something here. Oh, that's kind of cool. Not with white, but with something like that. If we do a black, it's going to kind of just be a wash. Yeah. Definitely helps with the color when you do that, but it'd be a yellowy blood. Oh, cool. Amber goo. Yo, that's kind of wicked. I'm kind of a fan of that. Because it's still got the red, orange, like yellowy. It's in that it's in that spectrum, right? So it matches the rest of the motif, but it doesn't just look like a plain red thing. Hold on, let's try. Ooh, a little blue in there, make it a little otherworldly. No, ooh, this is difficult. Maybe a brown. Well, brown is essentially just black to this. It doesn't really. Well, and maybe I will throw in. What about this? Yeah, that was the. I think that was that. Well, there's like the yellow, which is brighter, and then there's this, which is yeah, it comes out about the same. Okay. You know, let's do the yellow. Yeah, let's do that. So if we go, I try and get it to where it just click all of it from a certain side. Top. Yeah, that one back there. A little shot of it. Alright. Yeah, because that's kind of cool. It just kind of makes it different and weird. It's kind of like with the eyes, you know? The eyes, like being that green, just jumps at you, you know? It's like, oh, this is different. Let me look here. Because this is really the focal point of the piece. You want people to look here. You know, you don't want people looking at this, like, all this detail and getting overwhelmed with it. You want them to start easy and be like, oh, look, here's this thing. Oh, he's got a face. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at the wings going out, you know? gotta lead people into your piece. Don't want to throw them off right away. You know, that's so good. I think I might include on the tongue too. Just a little bit on the tongue. No, because then that makes the tongue the same. Why do white on the tongue? No. Blue on the tongue. No. Green on the tongue? No. It's again, you go into certain colors, it gets to earth tone. That's why a little bit of green in the eyes works on all these pieces, because it's basic, you know, it's simple, it works. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, we got these little fleshy nodules. Yeah, I guess I'll keep them flesh colored. That's fine. All right, wash time. Whoosh. And whoosh. Also whoosh. But did I mention whoosh? There we go. So it kind of tamps the colors down just a bit. Doesn't overdo it. Not too much wash, not too much color. But notice how the wash kind of grabs these a little bit and just it desaturates enough to where they get that little bit of shine. Actually, let's see. No, not the. Why? Why would I ever want that color? Oh, that's a horrible color for that. Ew. Yeah, the environment's cool though. Yeah. These on a little table, little mat, a measuring mat, some paintbrushes. That's fun. Okay. Good on that one. Toxoid came out pretty nice. I like that one. Pretty cool one. Number 6. I have a feeling I'm going to be doing a lot of washes today to make these interesting. I think what I'm going to do is change that center orb to green. Start with. Change that to green. Oh no. Oh no, it's going into all the other goo. Real careful here. Gently. Careful, SpongeBob. So here comes the interesting part. I have to try to airbrush this without this getting in the way. It'll be fine. This might be a place for that wash technique I learned of earlier. It doesn't really work if it's too small. Unfortunate. Okay. That's alright, just leave it as that. Okay. Okay, what do we want to wash in here? I think we want to do a wash into the leaves. Make it nice and black. And then pull that back with some red. Yeah, that works out. No, not a red wash. Red dry brush. Give them a little bit of... No, because the wash will just pick that up anyway when I do it. It doesn't really aid anything from doing that. Okay. These pools, I definitely just realized these pools should definitely be the same color as this, so let's do that. A little consistency there. Oh, see a lot of these little pools, doesn't he? Oh, should we try for like... I mean, there's ripples already. Maybe if we try like a white wash and then put like a yellow dry. And then when the black wash hits it, that might accentuate the fact that there's... I don't know. Kind of neat. Let's do that. Okay, let's go with the white wash across the whole thing. Nice and deep in there. We go with a nice yellow dry. Just until I see it like take off, and then I'm like, okay, enough of that. Because the black washes can come back in and kind of cover it anyway, so I don't want to kill the white entirely. That's kind of cool. Let's see. I definitely want to try and work some brown in here. Maybe these up here. Maybe the center tendrils could be brown. No, maybe the bottom. Maybe bottom boxes. That works, I guess. Yeah, that's kind of fine. We could do like an airbrush on that from below. Give it like a cool green or something, you know? Like that, just hit it really hard from below. That's kind of fun. I kind of like that. Oh, look at this. They have little squidges, like it's coming out. Okay, cool. Yeah, we want that to lay over that, so we don't want to. No, that's just gonna look stupid. I don't want it looking like that. Like unless I went for like a gradient, was very careful, very clear about it. It just, yeah. Okay. What do we have now? I think there's WASD in this. I don't know who would use this though. Like literally just orbit around your item, scroll in, scroll out. Real simple. Like GUI. Yeah, let's see. Ooh. What are these in here? I didn't even notice these before. These are fun. Can I color you without causing a problem to anything else? Yes, I can. I didn't even notice those before. Because when I would do these before, I would like basically cover, like I cover the whole thing in red. You guys assume you do it. I'll cover the whole thing in red and then start picking out pieces to be different colors. So I guess that kind of got covered in red, you know? Come back in and add something to that. Maybe add like a wash to it. Whitewash on that. And blue driver. Oh. That's cool. Weird little nodules in there. I don't know why they're there. They're just kind of there. Cool. What about these curled leaves? I can make them green. Kind of, yeah. That's interesting. I don't know if it goes with the red, though. What about brown? Oh, yeah, the brown. Definitely the brown. Brown suits it. I like that. Okay. Now, I'm thinking a wash on this to add a little something to it. Wash, black dry brush. It adds a little bit of something, but it doesn't work that well. We do a brown wash instead. And black. No, it just, the black is overpowering all of it, so I might as well just let the black stand on its own. These leaves, again, I could make them brown, but I like the idea of like the brown lippy leaf here, but not these, you know, like just make it a little weird, you know, because usually, like, you don't see a red leaf that often, you know? You see, like, flowers, like, some flowers are red, but, like, red leaves usually indicate, you know, changing of the year, but even then, I mean, they're not really that red for, and if they are, they're not red for that long, because usually they go brown, like, very, very quickly. Change the colors. I think it goes, like, when leaves change, they tend to go from green to yellow. It's like green to yellow to maybe a red, depending on what kind of tree it is, to then like an orange and then a brown, where it's like slowly losing its color and its vibrancy. But I don't know, around here we don't really have that too much. We'll go from like green to brown like within like 2 weeks. Like once it starts getting cold, all the trees around here are like, fuck that, and like they just like go to sleep. Okay, what can we do with this? What can we do with maybe this is more about the goo than it is about the plant part of it, you know? So maybe what we do is we do this. Come back. Hit the goo. Hit the goo. Whoa. See what we got there. No, because that's just adding white to yellow. Not bad. It's not great either, though. I'm not like super interested. Like again, this is one of those things of like I would need to be a psycho and go through here and just like paint a line through to make it look kind of interesting. What we could do is add a little yellow wash in here maybe. Indicate that this is pouring out. Nah, that doesn't really work. Puffy, I think this is more of like a let it speak for itself type of piece. You just add a couple elements, you do a little bit of clever, you know, coloring, and then go from there. Let's try to wash from below like we do with these ones. There's a little bit of green coming through. No. Again, that black is so overpowering, there's really nothing you can do with it. Maybe like a little bit of a black wash on the bottom of these. Nah. That's fine. Yep. I think Ur6 is done. Yeah. Can't really do Nectravine. There's not much to go off there. Novian Bulwark, however. Got all kinds of stuff to do here. I have the trims and whatnot to try to mess with. It's gonna be hard though, because a lot of these panels are connected. Yeah, let's not airbrush that. Let's wash that. Dry brush it. Gonna just start with a dry brush. Fully cover it in white. And then we're gonna go to a green wash. The problem is it doesn't really work that way, so we gotta be a little more careful on this one. Gotta kind of gently rub in the white. Can't go overboard with it. Small for that. Moving right along though, we're on like what, third one already? Not bad for almost an hour. What to do with them. Okay. I think we need more color in this. What can we do with the color? See, we add that. We gotta be real careful about where we add it. Oh, here we go. Let's do pulsing stuff. Not that. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we can use like the circular to kind of dash that in there, rather than trying to get like a perfectly straight line. Because I think it's like the thinner it is, the more you want that perfectly straight line in there to indicate the glow. But on something like this, it doesn't really matter. Oh, why is that way? Oh, somebody messed up their mask big time. I'm not gonna worry about that part. That's like an unseen, unheard part. I'm not gonna worry too much about it. There you go. You got kind of the glowy effect. So simply. We need the same thing here. Oh, that's interesting. It's on the bottom, too. If I look at the bottom, I don't want to see yellow. I want to see red. For the casing. Okay, so yeah, that is because of that. Okay. long as I don't touch the other stuff, we're good. Get this out of here. No. Ah. Okay. I'm gonna do it in there. What else can we do with this to try to make it pop? I'm thinking washes, maybe. Be careful about it. We can maybe get like a wash going in here. Yeah, like we did with the other one. Use the wash to our benefit. Oh, that doesn't even come out. Oh, well, never mind then. Don't even wash it, just paint the bitch. God. Yeah, it gets so much more vibrant when you're not making it a wash. Okay, I didn't even realize that. Okay. There we go. That works. Anything connected to that? There you go. That's cool. These are cool markings. I do like the yellow here. That's kind of like his headpiece, you know? Like the brains of the operation. A little servo in there. We get a couple of these to do. In our usual style. Airbrushing the shit out of an area. Maybe paint it instead. Might better. Yeah, that makes for a much cleaner result. Having a lot of fun. This is nice, you know? Some models not as fun to paint as others. At least for this scheme, you know? Like if I was doing like blends and this and that and different stuff, like I could come up with some more unique looking stuff, but I'm trying to follow a particular motif, and so that limits my options. It's kind of like when I do my builds in New Vegas, you know, it limits my weapons, it limits my inventory, it limits my like the way I play. And this is part of playing the game. Don't get that mistaken. This isn't like the customization in Moonbreaker. Let me go on a little tangent here. The customization in Moonbreaker is not like customization in other games. It is not you slapping on a coat of paint and being done with it. You can do that. You can absolutely do that if you're like, hey, I just want a couple colors on this thing so it looks custom and I don't like the default look of it. So I'll throw a couple of my own colors on using some masks. I've done that. That's what the Tron one was, right? It's just I didn't do any dry brushing and get in any tools. I just kind of said, fuck it. I want a unique looking army, and this is an easy scheme to do. You can do that, absolutely. But half of this game is painting. Like, this is designed by mini painters for mini painters, right? And you also have the strategy part of it. So if you want to play the game, you can play. If you want the gameplay of playing units against units, like, you have the tabletop stuff in the actual, like, you know, find a match, play the game, cargo runs, that kind of shit. But if you're playing the game, then part of that gameplay experience is painting. And if you're not doing that, you're essentially missing half of your money's worth in this game. And again, you can play a game however you want and find the value wherever you want in a game or a movie or whatever. You could find like any amount of entertainment from any amount of sources. But it's, to me, that's what separates this. Is it's not just a paint job for your gun. It's not just it's not camo, it's not a ghillie suit, it's not a fucking battle pass shit, you know, even though there's one in this game, but you know what I mean? It's not just a cosmetic. It's like a way of life, you know? it asks something of the player. You know, no, it doesn't ask. It demands something of the player. Because if you're gonna get into the painting in this game, it's just as intensive as doing real painting. Now, it's not as messy, and you have a lot more options. You know, but there you go. God, imagine if they ever made like a physical version of this game. I hope this game makes money so they can make a physical version. I would love to have these miniatures in real life. Like, that would be so cool. I wouldn't recreate these kind of paint jobs because holy shit. But that's the other thing is you can do detailing in this game and like all kinds of shit that is just not possible on a miniature. Or like if it is, you have to be a master of miniature painting. And, you know, you have to be very careful, you have to do it just right, and you have to know what you're doing, you have to have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of, like, thousands of hours even, of you know, painting practice under your belt for it. Whereas this sort of, I don't want to use the term democratize, because that's just, doesn't make any sense. But it's like, it helps with that, you know. Why are these side panels not colored the right way? Why the fuck? The fuck are these side panels colored differently? Oh, why are they part of that? Oh, what is that? I gotta come in here and carefully, like, do this? Oh my god. You can just tell this was one of, like, the very first ones they ever made. Because these are not baked, like, off correctly from each other. Like, look at this. You can tell it's, like, literally two different meshes, but it skips right over it. Oh, that's nasty. Might not get too nitty-gritty with this one. I just want to make sure that if you happen to glance this direction, all you see is yellow. You know, I don't want that red sticking out like a sore thumb. Oh, you know what I just realized? I should do a Barbie skin, because the Barbie movie's coming out. Oh, I should do some Transformers skins, too. Because I did see the new Transformers, and all the robot parts were great. All the human parts were shit. I feel like I've said this on stream before, but fuck it. I'm gonna say it again because it needs to be said. Stop putting the goddamn humans in the monster movies. Stop it. If there's robots, if there's Godzilla, if there's this or that, stop including the humans, okay? Stop it. This is not Power Rangers. They are not the heroes. I don't care. Stop giving me humans. Like, I tolerate. Like, I like Mike Wade's Transformers. I do. Right? But I tolerated, like, Stan Witwicky as a character because he doesn't fucking do much. And, like, the other humans, at least the humans in the Bayverse, they act as an extension of the Autobots and their goals, not, like, there's nothing personal about them that you give a shit about. There's no real, like, you know, and I think they took Sam in the wrong direction, personally. I've talked about this on stream before, I think, where I think that Michael Bay could have easily put a little more effort in and said, you know what, we're going to write this way and this way and this way, and Sam's character is going to develop into, like, a soldier and a fighter because he wants to be with his friends, the Autobots, and help them, you know, and to do that, he has to train, he has to become a member of Nest, you know, and maybe that's what he wants his calling in life to be, is to be a hero and to protect Earth from the Decepticons, yada yada, and, you know, and help the Autobots do their stuff, right? I don't know, you know, because that was the main thing in, like, you know, Dark of the Moon was Sam trying to, like, find himself, you know, after college and, like, find his purpose after being this, like, one-shot wonder success of the world, which I have to believe a guy who saves the entire fucking planet, like, I feel like he should be set for life, yeah? Like, given jobs and shit, or, like, at least offered jobs within the government to be like, hey, we'll train you to do this or whatever, like, you know, you would think saving the whole goddamn world, but, you know, bunch of bullshit. Anywho, let's add a little bit of a band here. Maybe a wash would be better on that. Oh, skipped right over that one. Not good. Alright, yeah. Might have to... I don't really want that. I think a wash will pick that up anyway. I don't really want to do that. Let's add... Since there's not much else to do on this, I want to add a couple lines here. just add a couple of these lines in. Not too many. Do that. Make it pop, you know, so it's not just a sea of red. You know, I'm parting the Red Sea. Please laugh. That was funny. That one's a little warbly. Try that again. Straighter. Like it. Okay. Yeah, because there's not like too many of these. I'm not gonna do these ones in here. That's too freaking many to worry about. Wait, can I get this in here? Hold on. Oh, that is separate. Oh, okay, cool. Let me do a little yellow band down there. Oh. Oh no. Oh no, those are panels. Okay, careful with that. Now let's be a little bit cautious with this. Gotta like jump in here. This is something you could not do on a regular model. You'd have to do like sub-assemblies for this kind of shit to like paint that and then go back in after. Like glue it all together. Like a buddy of mine, he's putting together some Battle Sisters and shit. Like, and I keep telling him, you know, do sub-assemblies, don't glue the whole thing together, because it's gonna be a pain in the ass, because Battle Sisters have capes and stuff, and if you try to paint the inside of that cape, oh boy, get ready for a reckoning, you know? Keep it separate, prime it that way, paint your main things, and then go from there. Yeah, take a lot of planning with sub-assemblies, but worth it. There you go. Alright. See, these ones aren't too bad. It's just follow the straight line. It's not super crazy to do. That's the key to lines. I think I've talked about this before, but I think like that's the key to lines that I learned in my Bachelor of Arts program, Bachelor of Fine Arts, mind you. In some of the more in the like traditional classes they taught us was like do lines, right? You know, if you're trying to like draw a line or cut a line or anytime you want a straight line for something, you know, you either use a straight edge, right? Or if you're not following a straight line, but you're following maybe a curvature line, right? You're trying to follow like, oh, I've drawn this shape that's like an S curve or something, you know, and I need to now outline it with that. You kind of use what you have there as a guide, but then the real key is to one have like confidence in your brushstrokes. You know, just do that. A lot of that comes into like life drawing too. It's just have the confidence of a fool. You know, just go for it. Just do the thing. You know, that's something that didn't sink into my brain until like 3 months after I actually finished my my drawing courses. Was that I think it's good. I don't want to add any more yellow on those little areas. Yeah, I'm gonna wash this and call it a day because I think this is pretty nifty. You know what? Actually, maybe we'll do. I'm gonna paint this whole thing. What does it look like? That big yellow chunk on the front. I'd rather not, but I will paint these panels. But yeah, I mean, one, you have confidence, right? And two, you look not where you are, right? You look where you're going, right? So you look ahead to like where you're planning, and you let your muscles take over. So if I wanted to, oh no, that's okay. Leave it that way. So let's say if I wanted to like draw a line here, just like straight across, and I wanted to follow this curvature, I would kind of eyeball this, and I would say, okay, this kind of does a swoop, right? And so, you know, okay, got it, and swoop. You see my hand kind of wobbled there, right? But if you do a confident stroke, it's a little cleaner, and a little cleaner, you know? This is something that 2DRs got to deal with too. Although 2DRs have it a little bit easier because it's like you can do something in just a standard stroke, so you don't even have to worry about line width. That's what I do. Whenever I do line work digitally, I'll just use a tool that adjusts line stroke instead of trying to use like pen pressure, because I'm I'm sort of heavy-handed when it comes to like the pressure that I apply, and I could get better at that, but it's just like a natural thing I do. To the point where one of my drawing professors in was it drawing two? I don't know. I don't remember which professor it was, but one of them said that they would love me down in printmaking because we were in the art building and downstairs was like printmaking, like doing books and graphics type of stuff on paper, and that involves a lot of like hard, thick line and like very like bold shapes, right? And so he was like, "Oh yeah, they would love you down in printmaking because my control over it was beautiful, right? Like I can control a charcoal pencil pretty good, if I'm really focusing hard and I get lost in the sauce, You guys have seen me do this where I'll like get so into focusing on something. Okay, so number 4, working on shrapnel. But yeah, that's how you do it. I mean, as with anything with art, just be confident and just be confident and go for it. And the rest shall follow. Those are gloves. Why are her hand? What? Why are the gloves part of her skin? God damn it! I have to paint that, don't I? Mother. All right, while I'm up here, fuck it. I'll just do this. While I'm in here. Oh, that kind of okay. Oh, we didn't wash the other guy. We need to go back and do that. Yeah, we need to go back and wash. I forgot to put a wash on Novian Bulwark. I just realized I didn't wash the other one either. Hold on. We gotta go back and properly do some washes here. Because I think I properly washed my other guys. Hold up. I'm gonna go back. We're gonna add another layer of wash to talk to it. I don't think I washed them properly. I think I had the mask on when I did. Where's my... Yeah, so you can see it's like the wash is falling into more places. It's a subtle difference, but it's a significant one. Ursik's never gonna wash either. Okay, now we're caught up. Shrapnel. Oh, that would be why it's not painted. That was on 15% from the wash of the previous one. That would explain many, many things. Okay. Let's see here. Now maybe when I paint this yellow, it'll fucking paint it yellow. For God's sake. Oh, so broken. And end up exactly like it was before. God damn it. Alright. Sure, good enough. We gotta fix these gloves. How the fuck am I gonna do this though? I'm just gonna have to be very careful with it. I don't want to, though. But she is wearing gloves. Okay, she's not wearing gloves on all her hands, just these two. The other hands... Oh, no, that's got a glove. Why do you not have a glove on this hand? Why does everything else have a glove, though? Like, notice how together that is? Like, it's just a pain in the ass, and I don't want to do it. I don't want to deal with it, you know? I want to leave it the way it is. It's just too much work, you know? It's just too much. Okay. Here in the lips, we'll do a little wash. And a little bit in the new. Ears, yeah, we gotta do that. The wash in the ears. Not terrible. Not great, not terrible. Moving on. A little wash in the hair too. There you go, a little bit of wash going on there. Oh, this is gonna be a nightmare back here. He is a freaking nightmare to paint. Honestly, she might be worse to paint than crankbait, depending on what parts you're painting. You get this tube is separate. Yeah, the tube is separate. Okay. Definitely want that tube to be yellow. Pretty sweet. May have some energy pulsing through it. These shells need to be red in some area. Maybe I'll just do a stripe on it. No, we'll do like a red topper, I think. Like not even the whole thing, just like the very top. Yeah, why not? Let's see. That's whole thing is together, unfortunately. Odd the amount of detailing I have to do. Shells to stand out. Okay. Coming close and just go for it. This is a pain in the ass. It's such a pain in the ass, I don't want to deal with it, you know? It might actually be easier just to make the whole thing yellow to start with. And then go from there. Like, it might, honest to God, be easier to paint black around yellow than yellow around black. Still gonna be a pain in the ass, though. Yeah, this sucks. I mean, at least doing it this way, I know and I can remember which ones are a pain in the ass to go through, you know? And so next time when I do painting, I'll just limit it to, like, the ones that are decent to paint. Like, some things are tolerable, you know? But I don't know. It's one of those things of, like, the tools are great, but the execution of the, like, it's kind of like having a paintbrush. It's a really nice paintbrush. You have really good paints, but your canvas is on a shaky easel, you know? So you have to focus harder to make it work. When you really shouldn't need to. You just buy a new fucking easel, you know? Get a new easel, you fuck. You know what? No. I don't care. All that work, I'm just gonna undo it. I don't care enough. Like, I'm not gonna fucking pretend like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go over this for a million hours. Like, cool. Somebody else wants to do that? That's great. That's on them. Has nothing to do with me. Here, we're gonna make this consistent. Watch. Boom. It's now a black shell. She now puts black shells into her thing, and I'll add a bit of color with yellow. That's as far as I'll go with these. People just... Oh, you can see some bake errors, too. Oh, yeah, look. So, quick rundown on what these are. So those little triangles you're seeing on the mesh from these holes is somebody trying to reduce their face count too far. And so they're taking all of these and sending them over to this edge, right? And so, like, you know, they're rooting them together, which is fine if it's a small thing that you never get too close to. This is a large thing I'm going to paint. If I paint that, you know, depending on the color, it kind of tends to cover it up. Okay, cool. But it's still not exactly best practice trying to bake this down like this. It doesn't... You have to have holding edges in here somewhere to help the bake understand where something starts and another thing begins. Because I've experienced that myself. I've done that myself. I'm not super great at baking myself yet, you know? So it's a challenge. Of like, where do you put the holding edge? Where do you not put the holding edge? When do you use certain things to optimize, you know? And this game is quite optimized. It is quite nice, you know? But again, you can get away with it in a game like this because really all you're going to see is spots of color. And you're never going to be that close on a model. Now, in the future, they might need to be, but at the moment, it doesn't matter. Like, so much work. Just thinking about, like, painting each of these shells individually. Like, this is where, like, a masking thing would come in, you know? Like this is where the masking should be fixed. Or, like, let me designate at least, like, areas of similarity. Like, oh yeah, this topology is similar to that topology. Like, to me, I don't understand why this was ever connected to begin with, you know? Again, it seemed like maybe they were experimenting at the time with the first roster, and over time they realized what parts should and should not be separated. And it just took them a while to, like, experiment with that. So they experimented with that while releasing the game in early access, instead of, like, nailing that down first. Gray in here. That'll work. Just something to break it up, but not something too vibrant. God damn it. Alright, fine, I'll do paint. Jesus. Crap. There we go, now we're moving and grooving. Can't see it! Can't see it! Our fucking tails in the way. This one. There we go. Good enough for government work. Alright, we got some boots. We can add some brown down there into boots. Fabulous boots. Look at that, the whole freaking leg is connected. That's alright. I like that anyway. Got some buckles and whatnot. Black buckles. God, okay, no. Increase the size for... Again, these areas need to just be like an implication, not a resolution, you know? Let's see, airbrush. Silver points on these bad boys. We'll do paint instead of airbrush. Yeah, the paint's what's gonna save me here. I mean, these... I don't even know what these are cooking into. Because there's no, like, definition of this being a different top plate, you know? Not until here, which is... one of those things of, like, form follows function. Like, that's like, the design philosophy that makes the most sense to me, you know? And, like... Because that's just how the regular world is, right? It's like, what something does is how it's designed. And if you're not following that as your logical step, then you're going to end up with a bad design. simply because the you'll be trying to make something look a certain way without embracing like what the design needs to be. It's like with the automobile. You look at a car. It's like, what does a car need? It needs 4 wheels, right? And there's so many variations of it. And the reason there's variations of cars, we don't all drive the same car, is because they don't all do the same thing, right? Trucks have a bed. Why do they have a bed? Why? Okay, here's a good question for you. Think about this one. Why is the bed of a truck located at the back of the vehicle? Think about this. If it's about, just having a flat surface to put things, right? Then couldn't you just as easily make the vehicle more compact and put the bed on top, right? So like the length of the cabin and hood becomes the length of that, right? It becomes the length of the bed, right? And okay, yeah, you could. But then you got people going up and down all day to throw something in the bed of their truck, right? You'd have to step up and over. You'd have to have a ladder with that on. That eliminates the purpose of the bed. It's simpler for the form to follow the function, in that the function is to just be an accessible flat area to place things, right? And because that's how it works, the truck bed is located at the rear of the vehicle, right? It's let's see. I mean, there's so many examples of this, of like form following function. How do I let's see, what's another good one I'm trying to think of? I want to get off the car example, but I mean, you look around, there's like a myriad of reasons for things to look the way they do. They look the way they do because they function in a certain way, and they can't help but look that way because of the way they function. That's something to keep in mind when you're doing art, is to like if this, like look at this, like this, and again, it could have been taken out for it. There's a myriad of reasons this could be here. I mean, if there could have been something here, and they could have reduced the oral face count because, like, no, your poly count's too high, you need to reduce that, and no one's gonna notice anyway. So just imply that with a line and move on. I mean, that could be the reason. It could be that they changed their mind on the design, but they need to get it finished, so they're like, all right, fuck it, we're not gonna add all that. Maybe there was an issue with getting all this to link up. Maybe the bake failed, and in order to get it baked, they had to be like, look, we have to drop that topology because it's too confusing for the bake, Stuff like that. You never know. But yeah, the form follows function, all that. Yeah. Actually, yeah, my paint job itself is a interesting case of that, where it looks the way it does because of what I'm choosing to do with it, right? The reason this looks this way is not because this is what I want it to do. It's what the function of the game, being this one giant mask here, all I could, like, effectively do, right? I could go in and paint every individual shell, but that would take way too much fucking time. That would, for such a small reward, when all I really need is some color in there to break it up, right? And that's not to say throw color in haphazardly on a design like that, but you can just kind of do stuff sometimes, And if it works, it works, and you can't argue with success. If something's working, something's working, That's why I get very sad when I think about like mobile games and stuff, because much as I hate it, they have a way of making people spend money. And make no mistake, there are not people do not play mobile games and choose to spend money. Okay, let's not get that twisted. There is no choice in the mobile gaming market. It does not happen, right? And it's been seeping over for years with sports games into the main thing. And like, shout out to sports gamers for allowing that shit to go on so long that it gave the companies brain rot and made them think that they could start shoving that crap into other games, like, loot boxes and shit. Shout out to the sports gamers who don't really give a fuck about video games. They just want a fantasy that they were some football star or something. And if you're like infirmed or you don't have like the ability to do that, sure. Like I've talked about this before, where sports to me, like sports games, right? They are weird. They are kind of stupid to me because you have sports. Like sports is an industry. Sports is a thing, right? Now, unless you are living in an area that doesn't have a football team, a baseball team, or you just like you can't find anyone in your local area to play with. Like, okay, that is the only time that a sports game would be necessary, right? Otherwise, go outside. Go do the thing in real life that you can actually do. You know? Like there is like you can do things in real life, you know? And that's not saying like, oh, if if you play Call of Duty, then you should go join the military instead. It's like not really. You know, that's not what I'm getting at. Like there's a certain wish fulfillment and a power fantasy to shoot to the shooter genre, right? Which is, facing down violence and conflict and death and then coming back, and like surviving that and feeling accomplished through that. That is awful. That is just awful. No, dry brush, thank you. I'm feeling accomplished through that, right? Whereas it's, let's see, with a sports game it's different, right? Because number one, you're not getting great gameplay, right? Every fucking year, sports games release the same exact game. It wasn't until we got like Rocket League that I was like, whoa, this is a new, different type of sport, right? It was soccer with RC cars that had nitrous in them, but it was different. It had a different flow, a different vibe, it had a different feel and a reason to it, It shook it up, right? It shook up the formula. But that formula still exists to the point where, Madden's coming out again with another goddamn game, and it's ridiculous. So, like, sports gamers, go outside and play the sports. Unless you are physically infirmed or you do not have anyone, and I mean literally no one in this, like you don't have anybody to go outside and play catch with, Like, fuck, man. Go do that. Like, stop it. Just stop, okay? Let's see. Chris Garcia says, I'm on the soccer team, but I can't fight with swords. Exactly, Chris. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Is there is no, like, reality in which I can go outside and go be a medieval knight, or go outside and be a necromancer, or go outside and be an alien hunting armored badass, a la Space Marine, right? These things are, or like Fallout. In Fallout's case, I've been playing New Vegas. There is no reality in which I can experience that. Now you could say, oh well, what about LARPing? Yeah, but LARPing is a whole different beast. It is not the same. It is not the same thing, right? Meanwhile, sports are essentially the same thing. You throw the ball, you catch the ball, you kick the ball, all the things that the sports games do are attempting to replicate the real experience, right? And it's kind of like with Moonbreaker. They're attempting to replicate the tabletop gaming experience, but they don't want to replicate it one-to-one. They want to make improvements in it by using the medium of gaming, right? And what digital systems offer them. Okay, I think getting there. Let's see. We had a couple bits in here. Oh wait, let's do our usual shtick. Yellow, red, our usual shtick whenever we have a circular surface like that. But yeah, that's just my hot take on sports games, even though it's not really a hot take at all. Like everybody sort of agrees that of like, yeah, that makes sense, It makes sense. And if it doesn't make sense to you, rethink your worldview, because Jesus, like, if you look at a sports game and go like, oh wow, that's so cool, it's like, dude, he ran for it. Like, again, it's one step off of being a mobile game. Sports games are mobile games that you play on the couch, right? It's just like, that's it. That's the shtick to it, Is they get dudes who, like, can't play for shit, right? Or are just really hopped up on sports juice and man things that, like, it's a sort of an evolution of the Monday morning quarterback. It's like these dudes of like, oh yeah, I could do this, I could do that, whatever, and like let me make the play, let me be the coach, type of thing. Like, I know better. And again, this is why I can't watch basketball or whatever. Whenever my dad has it on, I just end up bitching about it because it's annoying. It's an annoying thing to watch, like the way they play and the way they do it, and not just basketball, like that's just what is in my house, But, like, I can't watch football. I can't watch nothing, man. Like, I used to watch baseball a bit, but fell out of it, fell out of it. Here, I'm thinking wash on this whole thing, just the areas. What's this in here? Okay, yep, good, got it. Fresh black. Knock it out, knock it out, knock it out. What is this figure's role in the game? That's a good question. I think she's sort of a area control in a way. If I remember how she plays. Then again, they could have updated her at this point. I don't know. I think that's good enough. Just kind of shows there's like something going on there. No, you know what? On second thought, I'll just paint those manually. They'd come out cleaner. Let me check that for you, Chris, because let's see. Shrapnel is a... They don't really have like roles like easily defined. Why is there a 4 there? I guess that's my level with her. Okay, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, the gameplay is basically like she's got the shotgun. That's like her shtick, right? Her ability, and then can only attack units in range and targets all nearby units when attacking. So if your guys are in the firing line, they get hit too. But it's sort of this conical blast. So if there's ever enemies stacking up with like, is it Scattervine that multiplies? No, it's the other one. Yeah, no, it is Scattervine. This is Nectarvine. This is Scattervine. So if you have something like Ursic Scattervine, which it can create another one of itself, and then you have two becomes 4, it can start stacking up. But it doesn't have a lot of health. If she comes in and she hits for, like 3 attack, whatever, to, do, like, whatever, right? If you hit with a shotgun, then it's like, oh, okay, boom. The shotgun is like our main attack, and that does 3. So you've basically almost killed Scattervine immediately, like stuff like that. But you also have to be careful, because if your guy is standing next to an enemy, you're gonna hit them too. But that might be good. They're like Tipu, right? Or not Tipu gets hit. There's somebody that gets hit and they like get something out of getting hit. Somebody gets like a damage buff. I don't remember who it was. Was it Jailbreak? Somebody around here. No, Immobilized, no. But you could actually pair her with Jailbreak. So if you paired Shrapnel with Jailbreak, Jailbreak could run into an area and like any enemies that he's touching on the board, he will. I'll just do the priming. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So you could actually bounce these two off each other in a roster to be like a pretty neat combo, where you have him, got the boy, right? So he's a pure damage guy. So what you do is you move over to the target, right? And so you can see out here I'm moving. You can see where he can see me, whatever. This yellow line is my model touching their model, meaning I am in melee range. And if I'm in melee range with this target, notice that little chink noise? That chunk? So if you look here, Immobile from Jailbreak is now applied. So they have Immobile applied because of Jailbreak's passive ability, which is Lockup. So now, if they're stuck there, and he has more health than this, Shrapnel could be over here and shoot at them, and they can't go anywhere on their turn. They can't, they can't do shit, right? Because they're immobilized. So they have to kill. He's essentially a big fucking target, right? And he's great. I love playing Jailbreak in my roster, for specifically that reason. Get me out of here. Get me out! I want to go back to painting. Come on. Jesus, not with the splash cards. But yeah, that's essentially, he's like a big fucking tank. So then you could immobilize targets with Jailbreak, and Jailbreak is going to die anyway doing that, right? Because unless you decide to move him, their guys are always immobilized. which means their guys have to focus Jailbreak. Like, in order to free themselves, they can move around the board and do what they need to do. So if he's going to die anyway, you might as well use him as a way of locking down the enemy, use Shrapnel to hit him, and there you go. You know, or even pair that with the bombardments from Florio Lancer. He does, like, artillery strikes. It's great. Where were we? We were on Shrapnel. Alright, so yeah, back to Shrapnel, though. Let's see, what else can we do? I'm thinking Shrapnel's pretty much done. There's not much more I see in her that I want to do. Might make the planet blue. Might do that. Cool, not familiar, so thanks for showing. Yeah, no, I mean, totally great. I could maybe run a scrim real quick and show a couple of things, but we'll do that after I'm done painting. If I do it at all. You know what? Yeah, I like it as a blue. Then we can maybe add, like, oh, you know what we can do? We could add something like galactic-y looking stippling, you know? Like that. We could add, like, some white. No. I like that. Maybe add that as, like, a cool sort of hip thing, you know? Like, on the ring. Got some stippling going on. Try not to hit the main body. There you go. No, I hit the main body. Fuck. I'm trying not to do this. Does this immediately. God damn. Annoying. Kind of a powder blue thing. Yeah. Kind of cool. Nah, a little too white. We'll just take it back to blue, I think. Maybe a little green wash over it. Oh, you know what? Actually, yeah, let's make that green instead. Do I really want to try this? No, because it's going to get green all over the thing. Nah, that's a pain in the ass. Okay, let's try this. You're painting this in here. Then paint. Got to individually paint these because, well, I mean, hang on, I think the wash could still help me here if I go small enough with it. Yeah, it's not too bad. Kind of give it a once over. Oh, this is hard. So hard. So hard. I don't think going over it twice is going to matter. Once and be done with it. I'm a stickler for 2 thin coats, though. See, there we go. That's the effect I was going for. Cleaner than trying to do a full wash in there, definitely. Oh, these are cute. We could draw these. They're just essentially smiley faces. They're not too hard to put together. What? Oh, I'm gonna wash, that's why. Ugh. I hate that. God, see how much more color you can get out of it, too. Crazy. No. Add a little gray in here to accentuate the mark. That's cool. I like that. Probably Problem is, this is all very much together, so if I want to make these little rivets silver, it would be an absolute pain in the ass. Yeah, it's stuff like that that I just, yeah, no, this is definitely not character that I will want to paint again, because there's no way to really get into detailing them without putting in tons and tons of time, which is something I am not willing to do. Not for this build. Maybe in a later paint job. If I do like a specific one just for her, you know? I don't know. I prefer to paint the ones that have really nicely defined meshes. It makes it easier to paint them. I think we're good. I want to add a little bit of a kind of a dry brush to this. Just sort of kind of flare it out, you know? I think it adds to it. With an airbrush on top. It just adds sort of a little gradient to it, you know, it doesn't make it so simple, static. Yeah, I'd say she's done. Alright, wash time. Wash, 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 wash. Wash from above. There we go. Not too bad. I mean, I would have done all these scales and stuff, but it just... pain in the ass. It's too much of a pain in the ass to do, you know? Not on a character like this. Just leave her the way she is. The hair be the focus, you know? Alright, so we got Tipu and Turncoat. Tipu is going to be a lot of washing, I can tell you that right now. Eyes done first. Eyes. Big anime eyes. I don't know if I should maybe put his eyes forward, like he's looking forward. Hold on. Kind of like he's aiming in towards the thing. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I like the direction of the eyes rather than him being like just looking off in whatever gecko direction. Oh, he's got teeth in here. Interesting. Which I will have to separate manually. Got little spikies in here. Make them blue, just because he's very much an alien. Here we go. A nice clean edge on this. It'll be difficult. Gonna be difficult. At least when we get to Turncoat, that's one of the newer models, and that'll be more fun to do because the new models are very well separated. Makes it very, very efficient to do painting like this Because on a new model, this would absolutely have been separated, you know? It would not be part of the same object. Yeah, it's not terrible. It just takes time, you know? And time is freaking money, you know? As an artist, I'm always looking for, like, efficiency. Like, in anything you do, you should always try to do something in the most efficient way possible. And if the way you're currently doing, like, yes, the way you're currently doing it could work, but if a new way of doing it or a new workflow is better, you know, for like time, even if it saves you just a few seconds, those seconds add up, you know. Like recently I've worked on a piece where I had to go back and add a bunch of instances of something to make adjusting that work when I should have just started with that, you know. And like there's a lot of like stuff like that, you know, or like arrays and symmetry and mirroring and stuff, so you know, stuff like that. Let's see. Got a big brain. You got a big gooey brain. Let's see. What do we do with him? He's essentially just this color. I like him being red though. I think it's kind of fun. We do a wash of yellow across him. Or no, we'll do a wash of this. And come back in with the dry. So it's not really yellow, it's more like an orange. Should fall in all those little cracks. No, let's see, because he's so standard. Okay, let's see. Maybe if we wash just this area specifically, it won't be as crazy. Like we wash the scales, you know, just the scales, not like the stuff around the scales. And we can come back in with a dry brush a little tighter. Scales up this leg. I think that's good. And then we can, from here, we can do a dry brush of red, maybe. See if that'll work out. Kinda. It's just, we'll do it, but we won't overdo it, you know? So we get a little bit of pop in him. A little bit of happening there. Let's see. What else can we do with him? What else can we do with him? We'll do something with his brain up here. Brain yellow. Imagine though. Good. Make the whole brain yellow. It's so close though. Be real careful with it because if it touches any other part of his skin like that, I'm screwed. Yeah, no. It's just, oh, he's gnarly, you know. He's just a gnarly dude. We'll do a little wash going in there. Like a wash on top of the wash, you know, to really make that pop out. We got webs here. We could paint these webs, I think. Or we could wash the web. And then I can dry brush around the web. Yeah, kinda. That works. No, I'd rather just carefully paint the web. That would look cooler. Oh, he has little tiny fingernails. That's cute. You see little indent for fingernail. Little hands. He's adorable. He's also an absolute pain in the ass when you play the game because if you don't get rid of, like, if Tipu gets put on the field, that has to be your first target. Because every single time he hits, he gets +1 attack and +1 defense added to him permanently. So he starts as like a 1/1, but after like 3 turns, he will turn into an absolute goddamn monster. You know? He will fuck your shit if you're not careful. God, this little baby hands, though. He's such an adorable little boy. Alright, let's see. There we go. Ah, fuck. that up didn't work. Wait, hold on. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Make a McDonald's Tipu. Imagine. Maybe we should do fast food mascots. That could be kind of fun. Yeah, I gotta do the inside of the web as well. I didn't realize. Shit. That'd be kind of fun. Just pick like whoever fits best, and then give them like that color scheme, like Ronald McDonald, Wendy's, Burger King, Lucky Charms. Make somebody a leprechaun. That'd be funny. There you go. Next, come over here, make sure we got these ones upright. Enough. Good enough for government work. Good. Shoulder. There you go. Alright, so the webbing is done. I'm not gonna do the webbing on the rest of him. Just those little bits on his hand, makes it pop, makes it stand out a little. Let's see, what else can we do here? Maybe we could do maybe a gradient on these, maybe paint these tips to be white, I'm just trying to find ways to add color when this whole guy is essentially one big mask, you can't really separate them out too much. A little bit of gradient there. Work. Yeah, and then kind of the tips of these maybe. Just give them, something to draw the eye in. So it just being a big block of yellow. Because you always want to have at least two colors in every area. And have something going on, Even if the other color is, just a wash of black or an airbrush of white, you either gotta have a highlight or a low light or just something to create contrast for the eye to look at. There's actually some jackass painter I learned about in history class where he just painted these really big blocks of color. Apparently that got emotional responses from people because of the size and the shade of it and everything. And I'm like, there's no fucking way. The people that cried in front of these paintings, and again, I hesitate to call it a painting. It literally is just a square of color, on a canvas. That's it. But it's 8 feet tall. That's it. It's the whole thing. There's nothing to it. There's not even a reason he chose those colors other than their psychological impact, right? So anybody having an overt emotional reaction to that is just a softie with some serious issues they need to go to therapy for. Because there's clearly something else going on there, I want to try something here. Let's try to airbrush this white, and then we're gonna add stuff to it, Make a bullseye on the back of his head, in his brain butt. He got a brain butt going on. Okay, let's try a little bit of a wash. But not super intense wash. Let's go 50%. Hold it. Maybe we do this. A little bit of a brain, Something like that. Bit of a woobly woobly brain. Maybe that boobly woobly brain has black wash in it too. No, what about black dry brush on it? I don't like it. Clashes with the other colors. Moving on. Yep. No. Clash too much with the other colors. Not a fan. This could definitely be some kind of maybe. Nah, I'll leave it the way it is. Yeah. I think it works. I think the main thing is these tips. I think that really helps it. Yep. All right. No more tipu. Done with that. 10% wash. Go. Okay. Not too terrible of a creature. Not too great. Won't be painting him like ever again. Except for like very basic colors, you know. Let's see. Turncoat. Alright, Turncoat's a newer model, so this should be a lot easier to do. Okay, where do we start? I mean, he's so well defined already that like, what do you do with him, you know? Let's see. Maybe this pauldron could be silver. This tube should be black. Oh. These horns, I like them being yellow. I don't like the straps on them being yellow. Oh no, see if that goes all the way down. Okay, so I gotta be careful with this. Gently add it to only the straps that are on the horn. Zoom in. Enhance. Focus. Alright. That there. That there. Get from this angle. There we go. That has a little bit of pop, you know? Alright, we need to add stuff here. That's his eye. His eye's done already. Little dry brush there. Make the gem different. Pipe thing hanging off him. That's weird. Let's see. What can we do with you? I'm thinking some black. Side maybe? What the fuck? Like that. Nah. Oh, whoa, that's not what I would. Nah, I'd rather just be a big hunk, I think. Like, big hunk of gray in there. There's other areas we can do black and other colors on, too. Ooh, we can make that a different blade. But yeah, let's maybe try that. Or at least, maybe like... I want to try something. Okay, so I think we dry brush like some white on here. That'd be cool. Or maybe like some red. Dry brush like a red on it. Oh, now it looks like a heated blade. Oh, that's cool. I like that. I like it a lot. Okay, let's recolor that in there. That needs to be black. There you go. Right. This as well. Just black, black, black all the way up. Yeah, maybe black handle yellow thing. That adds some nice brightness to it. Okay. These little duders on his forehead. Definitely gonna make those black. Look at that. See how well, like, I didn't have to airbrush them or nothing. I could just go through and I'm done in 2 seconds. Nice clean result. Love that. These, on the other hand, are gonna be a little different. I'm gonna be kind of a psycho with these. Because they're just... I wanna... make these kind of neat. So, I'm gonna do our like usual airbrushy thing we do on every single one of these. Make a cool pattern. It's running along this poncho. The problem with the airbrush though is you have to get it from a certain spot, not like the paint. The paint conforms to the mesh, whereas the airbrush takes into account the angle that you're looking at it from. Which is the point, but also, damn it. Jeez, I didn't realize there were so many on the back. I thought there were just some on the front. Awkward. Now just think, I get to do this entire thing again, but with a white dot. Why did I decide to do this? I'm a fool. I'm a goddamn idiot. Why did I do this? No, because it's fucking badass. It's badass is why. Little squidbillies there for you. I can't really get down here into these ones, but I'm gonna do it anyway. It's cool because like the airbrush yellow makes it sort of a burnt, you know, a burnt orange. And you just have this nice white dot in the middle to look at. It just forces you to focus on it because it's like the thing. I've talked about this before, how like the science of the of human perception and like how the eye sees colors. Like that's why in movies, if you're ever unsure of why you can't seem to focus on anything in the frame, it's because the composition is wrong and they've chosen like the wrong color or the wrong placement of something. And so, or there's like too many things vying for attention. So it makes it sort of a problem there. And that just makes something like Avatar even more striking because it's a world inhabited by a lot of green and a lot of blue. And yet, the shifts and hues in that are how Cameron gets you to look at certain areas of the frame and focus on things. But it's also helped by the fact that it's not just color. So like even if something's like you could have like a super pink thing in a room, but if that thing is not moving, like your eye won't go to it. So in a stationary composition, your eye goes to like in this, right? Since nothing's moving, your eye goes to like the brightest spot immediately and then starts looking around, right? Which is how you draw someone into a focal point. But in a moving composition, like in movies, right, then you have to consider motion because anything that's moving automatically takes precedent, even if it's not the brightest thing. As long as it's like, if it's a different color than the other thing and it's moving, it's like, and it's like closer to the center of the frame, it will, and then you get into things like depth of field, right, and like focus throws, and oh my god, it's almost crazy when you think about it. Like, it's a pretty crazy thing. Alright. God, that does look cool. Like, all that pain in the ass while I was talking, but look at it, though. It's got that nice little bit of yellow and white in there, and that one is off by a shade. Hold on. Better. But see, even from that far out, I could see just that slight change in color. I was like, wait a minute, this doesn't fit the pattern. That's how easy it is to throw something off by, like, a tiny bit, you know? It's just wild. Absolutely wild. Okay, yeah. What do I want to do with this guy now? A lot of his stuff is already kind of well put together. There's not much to be done to it. You just sort of, yeah, he's here, like that's it. Whoop, done. that's all coated. Still want to do this one day, like work that in and then dry brush it back out, get that kind of a vibe going, like a zebra cut. I remember doing that on Maximus, trying on his helmet, and it looked pretty cool. Depends how you use it. But yeah, I mean, we got like all our primary colors set, everything, like all this trim is usually what I would be doing, but because it's all separated, I've already colored it before I got to this stage. Like, but this is the cool thing is by having it masked properly, then it allows the player to go in and say, okay, I got all my colors easy peasy done. Now I can come in and start doing things like airbrushing and gradients and stuff like that, you know? That's where the fun... This is where the fun begins, you know? Let's see... Anything to do? Anything at all? We could do something with the brown. I want to try something here. I'm gonna try airbrushing a black across the bottom and see what that does to it. You know, kind of, maybe. You know what I mean? Like, there's something about that. Maybe just, like, a couple of those, and then we'll, like, airbrush gently across to kind of almost wet blend it, maybe. Nah, I don't want that down there. It detracts from the brown. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, there's basically nothing to do with this guy. This is basically it. Like, again, there's a lot of detailing and stuff I could go into if I was a complete psycho. Why is there a flesh color on this? Is that supposed to be somebody's foot? Oh my god, it is. It's a foot! He took somebody's foot! Why is there a foot in... That's kind of hilarious. I'm gonna leave it that way. That's a fucking foot. Okay, no, I'm not gonna leave it that way. That's creepy. No, because it doesn't look enough like cloth to warrant having a cloth color, you know? If I go in there and I put cloth on it, then it makes it strike... It makes it even worse. Oh god, okay. He just straight up has somebody's foot. That's creepy. Yeah, alright. I think I'll just finish off the face and be done with it, you know? Just kinda go from there. Ah, shit. I don't know why I'm painting, that's why. I was wondering why my wash was so effective. Like, it's not a wash, dumbass! Oh, god. Ugh. Mouse cursor way too big on that. Way smaller. Because you're just trying to get this trim, you know? That's like in my, I said it earlier, but like when I'll do line work, like, that's the kind of line work I like. I like a nice thick, bold line to, you know, show something. Cell shading? Oh, god bless cell shading. Like, Arcane is so beautiful. Into the Spider-Verse, Borderlands, like, shit like that, where it's like graphic cell shaded. Oh, I love it. God, look at the hands, though. Like, kudos to the modeler. They get these hands really, really nice. Like, these are really nice, bony-looking hands. Even got the... Yeah, the wrist is a little bit off, but... it's cool. It's quirky. It makes him different. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say here. I mean, I could come in and maybe wash this in. Like, maybe? I might as well just paint it at that point. Make it easier on myself. But the wash does tend to get into the recesses a little better on areas like that. I mean, you could do that. Too thin coat. Yes. Could come down here and start doing all this shit, but why bother? Not much to it. This I'm gonna change. Make that green. So I can come in with my airbrush and do that. Have a little something to break up the yellow and the red that's all over this place. Yeah, that's cool. I'm just looking for opportunities now. There's really not anything. I mean, we could make the handle a different color, I guess, if we really wanted to be psychopathic about it. That's not what I want. Come in. I'm gonna do this. Yeah, but there's so much black in there already. I'd rather just be the striking gray, you know? There is a problem down here, though. Bye. Maybe make that a little yellow instead. Get red. Okay, red plug. They have sort of that red plug motif going over there, too. Gray. Oh, I missed a spot. There you go. These tubes could definitely be black. God damn it, so close. Really? Alright, fine. Clean that up. See, because like all the time I'm saving not doing the other bullshit, I can come into areas like this and really get the details I want. Done right, you know? God, I hate when it overlaps into like another's field. Like the two pages are like overlapping. Sucks. Let's see what else. You know what? I want to continue the red plug motif actually. Very striking. That red and black is just a nice combo. Maybe a couple points in here. Oh, that's not what I want. Back. Black. There you go. Jeez. Pain in my ass. Alright. I want to call that done. I want to say that's done. Right? I mean, I would say so. I would think so, you know? There's not much I could add to this, unless I was going crazy and adding all kinds of airbrushing and layers. I think it's good though. I think it's more of a simple piece, speaks for itself. I want to throw some brown in there though. Well, let's see, what kind of brown can we get out of this? Yeah, a little bit. I feel like that little bit of brown helps. I feel like it does, yeah. All right, I'm gonna wash. Cool. Very cool. I like it. Yeah, Turncoat was good. I don't think it was my best today. I think Toxoid is probably my favorite from doing this set. I don't know, just the way it came out, like that, the way the wash and like all that, the blood, you know, the airbrush thing, like, yeah, Toxoid is definitely really fun if you're into washes and like, you know, doing it that way. Like you can use some washes to get some really interesting effects off with Toxoid. What else? Okay, what are we doing next time? Little sneak peek. What do we got? Where are we? Arms Dealer Yuki is next. That's gonna be real fun next stream. That's gonna be real fun next week. Because again, most of the colors are already there. It's just coming in and getting like all these weapons detailed, going in and, you know, doing little like airbrush touches, putting the like an I-9 or like, you know, Big E on the back maybe. Oh man, there's so much to this, and a lot of it is like chunked out really, really well. Let's see, who else? We got Flurry. Oh, we can do Flurry next time. Awesome. I can't wait to put some blood on these knives. That's gonna look awesome. Furia, she's an older one, so her gun and stuff is gonna be a pain in the ass to do, but that's okay. Noxie's a new one, so we're getting into a lot of the newer ones in this area. Noxie, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Pacifier, Otley. I can't wait to paint Pacifier Otley. So cool. Peacemaker Balam. He's very cool too. A lot of red. Gotta fix that. Gotta choose some different stuffs for him. Crash. You know, next week, let's see, how much is there to go? I think Florida Lancer I have to do, right? Yeah, I gotta do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, switchback, 12. Okay, yeah. So just Yuki all the way down to Florio Lancer. Okay, so yeah. I was about to say, if I only have like 7 left, I might try and squeeze that in next week. But no, I have a full 12 left. So 2 more weeks. 2 more sessions. You know? And if I feel like a longer session next week, I might just get all of them done at once. But I don't know. I doubt it, though. I doubt it. But yeah, that's cool. We're almost there. We're almost at the bottom of the roster. And we can have a little, you know, and then the last session, or the final session, is going to be, like, going back and looking at each one, kind of remarking at it. And then I'll maybe put a video together. I think I'll try to put a little video together of, like, let's see, if I go to paint, I can turn on, there's like a beauty mode, right? Yeah, it's probably UI. So I, like, center them. I don't know, maybe just get like some really nice glamour shots of them, you know, and like up close and shit, and then maybe do like a collage of that. I don't know. I mean, we'll look at it on stream definitely, but I don't know if I'll make it like a video showing it off. You know, maybe do like a voiceover thing with like so, because there's like several clips knocking around of like people doing voiceovers for the Emperor. You know, they will be my Space Marines, they shall know no fear. You know, and shit. I don't know. That's fun. That's fun. That's good. Good session. Not bad. 2 hours. So, you know, not too long. Nice little stream session today. And then when I get home, I'm gonna play New Vegas because I got work tonight. So, you know, yeah. Anywho, that is it for the stream. Thanks, Chris, for stopping by. You know, it was cool chatting to you about, you know, some stuff in the game and sports. But yeah, that's it for the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, do the usual. Like, subscribe, check out my streams. I will see you guys in the next video. Reaper the Rager, signing off.